Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to another 5 tips for beginners part 2. Now some of these tips even veteran players might not know, but without further ado, let's start with the tips. So tip number 1 is with frag grenades or thermite grenades, when you throw them straight up in the air, they will detonate when they hit the ground. So this can be very useful when you're at a standoff or an impasse in a door, so somebody's on the other side and you're outside of the building. If you throw the grenade straight up, wait a little bit, then move back, that person will more than likely open the door, step out, and the grenade or thermite will go off right on them. So it can be very good to juke out enemies that are standing behind a door. Of course, if you're playing as Fuse, this is not going to work because he launches grenades like crazy far. Okay, tip number 2. I'm sure this has happened to everybody. You know, you're trying to swap out your body shield because you're getting third-partied, and you're trying to take a new shield or a shield that's full out of a death box, but you're taking damage at the same time, and the stupid death box context menu won't stop closing. Well, there is a setting for this in the gameplay settings of Apex, so you just have to check it off, and then you will be able to still loot a death box even when you're taking damage, which will help you if you're trying to swap body armor and you are getting shot at. Tip number 3 is to drop faster when you are jumping out of the dropship. So if there is a wall or a high tower somewhere near where you want to drop, if you hit that tower or hit the wall, you will then just fall down instead of using your booster pack or jetpack to get all the way down to the area you want to go. So this allows you to drop faster than other people who are just using their jetpacks to get all the way down there, and then they start slowing down once they get closer to the ground. This just helps you get down faster, so you are the first person to have dibs on loot. So this can be very helpful if you are dropping hot in an area that has a very high tower or a wall that is very high as well. Tip number 4, Lifeline's care package can be quite underwhelming, and it's more than often useful only early to mid game, and usually late game. By the time you get to like the final circles, you don't really need much out of Lifeline's care package, but this isn't the only use for her care package. So a lot of areas in certain maps are very open, and if you have a circle that ends in an area that's very open, you can use Lifeline's care package as cover. So this can allow you to play around that care package, even climb up on top of it if you really need to, but it just gives you a little bit of cover in an area that otherwise might be devoid of any type of cover whatsoever. Tip number 5, now this one seems pretty basic, but before starting to learn the ins and outs of every legend, what you should do first and foremost is learn and master a few weapons. So pick the weapons that you enjoy playing with, use them until you know the ins and out of them, you know the recoil patterns, and your muscle memory is so used to using those weapons that you probably don't even have to think about controlling the recoil anymore. You know how many bullets there is, you know how many shots it takes to kill somebody with whatever armor they have on. All this is done subconsciously when you use certain weapons a lot and all the time, and every character has the same base function. They can run, they can jump, they can slide, and they can shoot weapons. So if you master the weapons and you learn how to use them effectively, then you can move on to mastering movement, which in my opinion is the second most important thing to master, and then start learning the legends that you love and how to play them effectively in any given scenario. So that is part 2 of the 5 tips for beginners in Apex Legends. So hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.